There we go. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Craig.
Craig, the good boy.
Praise be.
Praise be unto Craig.
Wonderful. Just a minute. Stage 1.
Here we go, stage 1.
Yes, I posted in the OOC that the first stage of the Christmas picture.
Ah.
Well, welcome everybody to Rose City at Twilight. When last we left our brave heroes, Betsy had been captured / befriended by the Mothman, and Oliver and John had barricaded themselves, at least metaphorically, in John's old home, the den of the dreaded Marjorie.
Right. That woman knows how to break a heart, but she also knows how to build a foundation.
Wrong sheet open, sorry.
Totally fine. Figured we give a little bit of an epilogue before Ian hops in.
I thought you said Ian for a second. I'm like, who the fuck?
No new characters this time.
Thank Christ.
Marjorie built this house?
It was a group project, but yeah, mostly.
Dirty one.
John has a faint look in his eye and he goes, yeah, she's a tough one.
Betsy.
Yes.
The process has been an interest. The dying was certainly pleasant and unpleasant all on its own. The waking up to the hunger was something else. The meal that you were given was cold and sweet, still writhing, but the moment you felt its life leave its body, it ripened. The neck, taut and strong, that you had your fangs sunk into, becomes mushy in your mouth as you feel something in it, something in the blood, pass writhing into the maw of your beast. You were given a kindred for your first meal.
What does it feel like not being magic anymore? I feel something missing now that the beast is replaced.
The burning curiosity that seemed to... the burning genius, that voice in your head that would supply you with all of the more enlightened ideas, how to modify the camera, things like that. You haven't really encountered an experience at the moment of narration at this point, but eventually you will. Eventually you do find that when you try to summon that voice of genius, when you try to summon that voice of inspiration, you feel only hunger and a pulsating power of the blood.
Brutal.
Over.
Ew.
Hello.
Hey,
Yo!
how's it going?
Going well.
Wonderful.
Just doing a little epilogue for one of our other characters real quick, because I may need our Betsy here at some point soon. Betsy, your moth husband will certainly teach you his version of the ways. And what he will call the metamorphosis. The beast inside of you that will, each time it takes over, change you a little bit. Bring you closer to the moth people. It will get worse before it gets better. He will tell you.
Do I remember what my actual backstory is after being turned?
The social conditioning is still not entirely rid itself from you. It's...
What discipline is perfect recollection?
What discipline is perfect recollection?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a discipline ability.
Or am I thinking of a different system?
I think that might be a different system. But you certainly know that the dream that your avatar gave you was more accurate than your memories of the event in your waking days. The gaps can be filled in what year you were here, and the 2 and 2 can equal 4 that you were recruited from your encounter with him and not from your significant photographic talents. Not
Understood.
quite understanding what he meant by metamorphosis and that it may get worse before it gets better, and instead obsessed with being Mothwoman.
Mothwoman.
You may have allowed the frenzy to happen. Under what circumstances?
Um,
Assuming that Betsy has been given basic information about, no sunlight, yes blood, crosses, shove it up their ass.
Fire.
Run!
I'm trying to figure what options are there. I'll admit, out of character, I'm
Fire.
not 100% familiar with it. If fire seems likely,
3 ways: hunger, fire, and somebody fucking with your touchstone.
yeah, fire seems like the easiest option there. I would probably get like a camp stove and like try and observe the fire closer than I feel comfortable with,
Play the
figuring
little
out what the
hand over
line
candle
is.
game.
Yes.
And it's certainly an unpleasant experience. Your beast very much tries to dissuade you, and it doesn't rise to the bait at a single flame. It is a moth, after all, and there is a part of it that is attracted to the flame. You will need a bigger flame than that if you want to try to initiate the red fear.
Am I streetwise enough to like find an abandoned house to burn?
Yeah, you can find an abandoned house to burn.
I'm morbidly curious. Fire used to be something that I was okay with, and this is clearly something affecting how I work. I need to understand. And the fact that I'll be Mothwoman afterward has nothing to do with the decision, I swear.
Alright, sorry. Mom came in to check on my grandma. Anyway, morbidly fascinated, burning a house down.
Yeah, I briefly consider starting the fire with me inside, but decide that's a good way to die. So I'll start a small fire inside and let it go out of control while I'm starting from a little ways away, but I'm definitely pushing
Yeah.
myself to the limit.
Yeah. And it reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z abridged line. You were supposed to be watching the fire. I was watching it. It was beautiful.
Oh,
You're
God.
supposed to be watching the factory mill house. I did. It went near, and then it collapsed.
Exactly. You watch the flames, and the beast inside of you keeps pulling you away, and you force yourself step by step closer to it, knowing that you're not capable of pushing it so far as to leap through like a broken window into the burning inferno,
No.
but enough that you are pushing it, and eventually it snaps and swallows you whole. You come to some distance away. The moon is in a different spot. You are in a forest by a stream. There's a small bridge next to you that crosses the stream where a road goes over it. You're not too far from civilization.
Is there enough
panic-
moonlight to see my face in the stream?
There is. And it looks the same.
Snap my fingers. Dang.
Something when you stand up, something about the way your clothes hang feels strange on your abdomen.
I'll check under my shirt.
Below your breasts, there is a line of little caterpillar leggies from just under your neck, just under your breasts to about your hip bones.
I'm psyched. This is not what I was expecting, but worth it. I like instinctively start like writing notes about what I can remember about the feeling of losing control.
There's blankness to it, but pushing yourself and describing as much as you can. You're a journalist after all, so you've got a pretty good gift at this. Once you've got that all written down, you go back up to the road.
Yeah, have I been told the forests are no good for vampires?
No.
Yeah. Then I'm like, hey, it's a nice night out. I'll go up to the bridge, try and figure out which way civilization is, and go for a nice chill stroll back into town.
There is a sleek black sedan parked on the bridge. There is a man in black suit and mirror shades leaning against it, smoking a cigarette.
Do I recognize this man?
Not at all.
Hmm.
In fact, in the time that you look away to clamber up the last bit, you forget what he looks like, and in fact forget that he's there for a moment insofar as that it startles you when you look back up and see the car and the person standing there and are like, wait a minute, I just saw you, why did I jump?
That seemed like something a technocratic car should be able to do.
This guy's got cloaking on the level of John.
But is he wearing the silver shades? Is he
Yes, this is
Okay.
absolutely a technocratic uniform.
okay? I presume he looks at me as I clamber up onto the bridge.
Indeed. Well, you can't quite tell, but he does slightly incline his head towards you. His gaze might be following you under those mirror shades. He doesn't stop smoking the cigarette, though.
Yeah.
Agent Gold One.
Yes.
He smiles as if he was unsure you'd respond to the name. Your work with the Technocratic Union is at a crossroads. Come talk to me.
Do I
He'll
have?
shrug.
Betsy isn't thinking about running. What does Betsy have on her? Like, does she have a sidearm? Or is she missing several things after blacking out?
I would say that you had things fairly fastened to yourselves. A gun wouldn't be something that you would have out in your hand at the moment, so it's still in its holster as if it was in one. I imagine it's like a back of the waistband kind of holster.
Yeah, I just double check that it's there before I walk up and say, I agree, it's time for a change.
The Grey Team, has considered you deceased after finding the bodies of your fellow agents. They attempted to find you by your implants, but they have been deactivated with your heartbeat. AKA, they tried to use life magic to find you and couldn't.
Yep. Betsy nods, but is staying pretty quiet. She's listening, but she's not saying much.
There is a splinter cell, the Black Team, that could use your services. My benefactor has requested that I approach you when I informed her of your situation.
So not even dying gets you out, huh?
Unfortunately, it does not seem so in your case. Although I would say you would be a unique agent on our team. We need one of you on the inside. Someone who has experienced my world. You will be off the Technocratic Union's official payroll and continue to be deceased by their records. We will assign you a new code name, and you will be a ghost, like all members of the Black Team. Like myself, he nods.
Have I had the concept of the blood bond explained yet?
Yes. Specifically, a few nights previously, you may have either tried to hunt a people or tried to hunt an animal, and Magnus got very upset. We feed on kindred only, is what he will emphasize. He only feeds on other vampires.
Oh.
Wait, so he's just been fucking murdering people in the woods? He doesn't even eat them? He just fucking kills them for being in the woods?
For finding him, yeah.
Homie, make a fucking friend in the goddamn Ventrue, just like learn 1 point of fucking what's the thing? Jesus
Well-
Christ, buddy.
Well, this is what Betsy's for.
Well, Betsy's response is going to be, I'm already bonded to, and what's his real name? I should stop calling him Mothman now that we're not married. Definitely not married in my head. Definitely not
Magnus the
married.
cannibal, and it may and blood bond is often referred to as a blood wedding, and he is bonded to you as well because he feeds from you.
Then yeah, I say I'm already bonded with Magnus. I assume I'd have to talk to him about it first. I've been searching for him for years, and he's here.
You need not leave him. He is, shall we say, he is a mongoose.
Betsy nods kind of sadly and goes, "Yeah, I suppose I can help you then."
Speak
I
to your
just-
Magnus. Speak to your regnant. If they wish to speak to me, I can arrange this. He will pull out a black card and hand it to you. It has a weird holographic symbol on it, like a magic eye poster turned hologram sticker.
Hell yeah. Only vampires can read it. Only for cool kids.
It will allow you to remember who I am as long as you hold it.
That is important. Betsy will look both ways down the road. Is it obvious which way town is?
His car's facing one direction, so he probably drove in from town.
I say,
Would you like a ride?
yeah.
He'll open the passenger side door and move around to get in the driver's seat.
I get in and start trying out these weird new hands, little leg grippy things. See,
Yeah.
like, can they move my shirt around?
Yeah, they can.
Oh, that's gross. I love it.
Ugh. Your responsibilities, he says on the way back, would be upholding what we refer to as the masquerade, the veil of secrecy between the supernatural world and the sleepers. Something you are already familiar with, but I am sure you did not receive enough respect or compensation in your previous workings of it.
I'm literally still not quite sure who I actually am. Hopefully you won't recondition me into realizing that again.
Social conditioning is optional in our cell. My mistress does not allow me to participate in such.
Betsy will just shudder, thinking about conditioning. Be quiet for a long while on the trip, unless he tries to engage more.
No, he will drive you back to a bus stop that's in regular civilization, near-ish to where you need to be.
I got a bus pass still, hopefully, and
Call me if you want the job.
I will definitely consider it.
Over the next few nights, the concept of touchstones would be explained, especially seeing as you frenzied once and gained a physical transformation from it. The upkeep of your humanity is vital to most kindred, especially those who interact with regular kindred or mortal society. He finds little enough need for it and has discovered alternate paths. But for your purposes, you will need humanity. For what he needs you for, he will need humanity.
Do I have to ask what he needs me for, or does he make that clear over the next couple days?
He has run low on kindred in the area, so he essentially needs,
Breeding stock?
yeah, in feeding stock.
I'm to maintain a herd. Okay. A herd
Not-
of vampires.
Yes. You are in a pyramid scheme. Very, very, very literally.
Oh boy, are we gonna have to be hauling stone bricks for this guy too? Holy shit. Okay.
But he finds the killing of humans to be anathema and the feeding on humans to be also anathema. He finds it to be immoral in the highest. You will find that he is a devout Catholic.
Guess what religion I am now?
Catholic. Catholic moth husband and moth wife.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Trad
the
moth
table
wife.
as a recovering Catholic, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Especially if you're looking at a picture of Betsy, which I am right now. Oh my
Yes.
god.
I love it. I love it. But you need to find touchstones. You need humans to brace yourself against, in his words. Find
Would
rules and people that embody them.
my old companions from my past life be a usable touchstone as wanting to protect the spark of enlightenment? I still see the power of magic and want humans to keep doing that.
Yeah, I think that
The
Oliver
rogue
would be a
mages
very
on the road.
good Oliver would be a very good touchstone for that. What one could you assign to Dr. or to John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
That one's a hard one too.
Ollie's a little bit easier to find than John if they're like not directly together.
Let me look at the character sheet for Betsy and see what I have.
Would John symbolize?
No, I thought of it. It's perfect. It's copywritten already. It's Keep, Portland, Weird.
John is also like, if you think about it, like he didn't take any combat skills. He doesn't really use a gun or any of that. He's a non-violent person. Usually
I
tries to.
try to maintain nonviolence at any point that I can.
From dying, did they revoke my forklift certification?
Ooh, it's got a couple of years till it expires on the card. If like they double checked it, if they double
you're not
checked it,
gonna
then yeah, they'd find out that you were dead and be like, oh no, this isn't valid. But nobody's gonna look at your forklift certification and then check for a death certificate.
Is there any way to make a touchstone out of still adhering to the idea of protecting the general populace from the horrors of what's behind the masquerade?
I actually was thinking that would be a good one for John.
That would work too.
Is
And
that
Ollie would make sense for the enlightenment thing.
exactly keep the spark of enlightenment alive for Ollie, who is magical and curious, and blurs the boundary between enlightenment and magic, and keep the veil between the mortals and the supernatural, because you've seen what it did to John.
It's fucked.
But that does mean that you will need to get in contact with them.
You do know that's why John and Ollie ended up together in the end, is because they both saw and spoke to God multiple times.
Well, Betsy's had her come to God moment. Except it was come to Mothman.
Come to Mothman.
Oh, she does.
Over the table, though, Betsy might not have a way to reach out to Ollie and John, but Xandra does.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
So I suppose I would speak to Oliver and tell him to go someplace. I don't tell him why.
Okay. Go to Washington
Capricious is
Park
gonna be
Vietnam
there anyway.
Memorial. Somewhere up in the Sylvan Hills.
Yeah.
The Troll Bridge.
Gotta pay the troll toll.
It's a bridge that people have just, just stapled a bunch of troll dolls to.
That sounds exactly correct.
I did not know that existed.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I'll have to send pictures at some point.
I mean, yeah, Betsy doesn't know this meeting's going to happen, so Betsy is surprised
Yeah.
that Oliver is here.
Oliver, when you get this message from your deity, the first one in a while, it will have been a few weeks since you started living with John at his house. What's that like?
Oh, I'm sure that's super wholesome, doing the house stuff of, I'm sure, cleaning it all up. I'm sure when getting this message, because it has to be. We just finished finally getting everything all set up,
Yep.
just cleaned the last room.
Yeah, it
John's
hadn't been lived in at least 10 years.
John's taking down the last picture of Marjorie and putting up one of the first picture of the three of us that somehow squirreled away and up on the wall, and Ollie's like plating dinner, and then just like voice in head. So of course immediately goes in and tells John like, "Hey, the voice just said that on this day I need to be at Washington Park via Memorial Troll Bridge out in the Sylvan Hills. I think we should go."
I've learned to listen to the voices in your head. I don't understand it, but and John will eye a walkie-talkie that is in a corner in a box.
It will squawk feebly.
Oh, now I feel bad for it. John will go pick it up.
It gives a little feedback and then crackles to a voice. I trust the voices in his head.
All right, then we got 2 votes for the voices in your head. That makes 3. Let's go.
All right, sure.
Kick-ass chicken parmesan.
And Betsy, Agent Cold One Mothwell.
I got to pick my own name.
They very much would like to name you Agent Cold One.
Betsy agrees.
But as you're mulling over Agent Volkov's offer, Agent Black's offer, you're trying to get back into the habit of being human, at least in so much as you're able. And one of the things that you love to do is look at the weird of Portland, and you heard rumors of the Troll Bridge. So on this night, you're driving out there, and you pull up to the bridge. It's a railroad bridge. It's like on a downhill in the mountains, so that the bridge crosses perpendicular to the trolls. Some of them are tied, some of them are tied with ribbons or string, some of them are stapled. There's a few pictures of troll dolls that seem to have been printed out poorly and stapled there.
I'm definitely taking pictures, especially pictures of poorly made pictures.
Yes. John and Oliver, how did you get here? John's got a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
drove.
So headlights come up. Betsy,
I probably flush my life.
roll rouse check. Roll 2 rouse checks for your morning and for your blush.
A 10 and a 1.
So you're at Hunger 2. You've been at Hunger 2 before. It's been a few weeks, so you're not entirely new at this. But you flush the life to your skin, feeling your little leggies waggle a little bit and still them.
Play it chill. Nobody needs to know there's a vampire out here. I'm just out here.
Calm thy tit.
John, you're coming up this narrow, winding road up the Sylvan Hills, and you see the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
see the dolls, and as you're coming up, your headlights illuminate a Betsy.
Oh, God. That'd be it.
Betsy, you can't quite tell who this is yet, seeing as the headlights are blocking out vision of the people inside and the license plate.
Yeah. I try and cover my sight from the headlights with one hand and wave like I'm just here not doing anything criminal, because I'm not.
And
Yeah.
got a camera and a notebook.
John will shift the car into idle, but still not turning it off, and lean his head out the window, or open his door a crack and go, Bartholomew, what are you doing here?
John's
Bartholomew?
voice is easy to recognize.
It was a name.
Bartholomew.
Detective? You're alive?
No. And he will go back into the car real quick and let Ollie come out.
Ollie will open the door and get out. John, be nice. Oh, Keegan, for context, John is a 60-year-old man, and Ollie is a 20-year-old twink that have by trauma bond slowly fell in love.
He had an evil sugar mama. It was great.
They were roommates, is what historians will say.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's a trigger. I'm good. I'm good.
It's valid. It's valid, darling. It really is. But the nice lady in my head that gives me magic said for me to come here. So,
Eh,
hi.
I'm trusting you, babe.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi, kid. What are you guys doing here?
One of the voices chimed in and said that the place to be, apparently.
You're genius?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Another voice chimes in. This one is dead and will die further if she doesn't have a touchstone. She needs humanity.
Betsy. And
Doesn't look dead.
that the voices speak only truth. And so I'll, like, open my arms up at Betsy and kind of, like, get in here, kid. Hug motion.
Betsy will walk forward and take the hug, but seems suspicious. Looking around, does it seem like there's a Spectre car pulling in somewhere around us, or do these two appear not to have been tailed?
They appear not to have been tailed. It's John's
You
car.
think someone could follow me?
Yes.
I am very sneaky.
Agent Black probably could, but doesn't seem to have.
With my cloaking, I have like 12 dice.
Agent Black is specifically trained for that kind of thing.
Okay.
Could, but didn't. At least doesn't seem to have. If he's out there, you can't see him. If you saw him, you can't remember it.
I'm sorry for disappearing.
I got married.
Magnus found us.
Oh, are you good for you?
Is she a moth lady? Is that what that means?
Far worse, detective. I am a vampire, and I'll flash the fangs.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ, Betsy.
Of the clan Gangrel, we are Magnus is, and I now am, unnatural, and disfigure over time. But it turns out not even dying can get you out of the technocracy. You don't look like you're in a company car, though. Are you guys out?
Yeah, we escaped from she gonna have us both cross bag of trick.
Yeah. After the fighter fire incident, no.
I'm glad you got out. Magnus broke my conditioning, at least partially, and it was an experience realizing that my entire personality was a story that had been put inside me over who I really am. She gestures at her patchwork coat.
Yeah, you never looked like a cop.
Never felt like one. I'm happy for you, Betsy.
I'm happy for you guys too. So, and she looks over at the bridge and goes, "You seen this?"
And with that, Oliver and Betsy will appreciate the troll bridge, and Betsy will find a rare moment of humanity. And assuming that over the course of the next hour or so, Oliver can coax John out of the car and finally have a conversation with Betsy, Betsy's humanity will go up to 7 and gain the 2 touchstones.
It's only because Ollie asked me to.
And then I'm also going to insist that we take another group picture.
John will.
The walls are barren.
John will nod and sigh and, yep, agree to it.
Plus, we wanted to start making frames anyways.
You're not wrong. We need more pictures up.
That burning kit for if we weren't going to use it.
You have to meet Magnus, Oliver. He's dreamy.
Love that. Could do a double.
Do you know any restaurants that allow Mothman?
Oh, we don't eat food. It turns to biblical ash in our mouths.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, wow. Okay, just lost the accent.
Be a movie night in. You could have them over. Maybe your first guest.
I'll get some wine and I'll get you an empty bottle. How about that?
That would be great, detective.
John was very excited about bringing some wine.
The wine in the cellar is aged nicely since you abandoned the place.
Yeah, no, that's vintage now. Shit. Move the rug that's on top of that.
Well then, with that reconnection, we'll end the epilogue, or at least this portion of it. Betsy needed touchstones. Thank you for being touchstones. You're magical people, but you're people, so.
I learned from my wife that in order to have a relationship, you kind of need to just say yes sometimes.
John's learning.
Wait, as in you learned that from Marjorie, or you learned that from Oliver? Is Oliver's
I
definitely...
learned.
Learned it from Marjorie, used it for Oliver.
Yes. Marjorie was justified in leaving. I don't blame her for that one. That's it. That's okay.
Cute, wholesome little end.
Oh, that was great. Oh my
All right.
gosh.
Well, will Betsy? I guess we'll speak a bit more about if Betsy accepts Agent Black's offer.
Can we
She's
get like 1 or 2 XP if we're gonna bring these characters back again?
Yes, you can get 2 XP.
She's inclined to, unless Magnus has a specific reason not to.
Given the fact that he may have overhunted this area, he does need information on the comings and goings of Kindred, and if they're wanting you to help protect the Masquerade, and, you know, if Masquerade breakers need to disappear, that's a good food source.
It is. Say somebody chewed up an art exhibit.
Exactly. But oftentimes his feeding strategy is capture a vampire and feed off them for a couple of nights, feeding them rats and then killing them or other animals. But it is his love for humanity that essentially allows him to overcome the blood bond at level 2 enough to kill someone.
Interesting.
And back over to our silly little guys.
Do-do-do-do.
Do. In the town of Moonstep, you have spent the last week pushing through some paperwork, making some money performing, and ingratiating yourselves with the locals. Grippy and Dasha went on a little expedition down the Shadow Road looking for ingredients. Didn't come up with a whole lot, unfortunately, but got much more bonding done than actual foraging. By the time you come back, it is snowing, actual snow. It is creeping towards winter and getting colder, but thankfully the winds have shifted and the ash is not falling on the town. Are you guys staying with Jim the cobbler, or are you staying at the inn?
I kind of want to stay at the inn to get a feel of who comes and goes from this town. I know we've been really pushed to talk to the one local adventurer, but if I can tell, every 3 days or so there's a caravan coming through, I can get... I'm putting my little itty-bitty fingers on the pulse of this city.
Yeah. Then you'll get a room as high up in the inn as you can. It's a multi-story affair.
Hell yeah.
And it gives a good view of the path. The howling winds that come gusting out of it are certainly bringing down the temperature of the place, but with them comes every now and then a caravan. This is one of the busier roads, certainly a crossroads between the Silver Road and the Moon Road, and the lesser traveled Ash Road, but that's not really a commute. It's not a commuter trail very much. It's more up to the town of Ashcroft. In any case, the knock on your door in the morning, Dr. Thrace, will have an assistant with the Apothecaries Guild and the paperwork.
Fantastic. I create the little ink golem to sign any last paperwork that's in this, get my official signature on it, and find my companions. It's time to go to the guild house.
Ooh, and just real quick for money purpose. So there is no initial fees for signing up, but it is like a 10% of annual or like monthly or however that is, like profit tax.
They seem to have waived the fee for registering because of the need for the shop.
That is so them. I love town.
They know they're going to get lots more money from you later.
Yeah, yeah, especially if we're filling such like a vital needed. Like they know that business for us is going to be booming.
Low barrier to entry, and then tax you as much as they can.
To think the last town could have had us in a similar situation, but it was more important that little guys can't own property.
Yep. They just weren't far-sighted enough.
And that time we weekends at Bernie, the wizard. That didn't help.
That did not help.
I thought it was a really good idea, and I didn't know that there were laws that described that as desiccating a corpse.
We were desperate.
You learn new words every day. Apparently, it's a bigger issue if they've already been.
They've been dead for a while. Yeah. It's technically also grave robbing.
I think it's also more of a logistics issue too, not just legally.
I think it was well intentioned, but I think the foundation and blush might have been a bit much.
You made your grandfather look like a whore.
It's how he would have.
It is. He wanted.
Are
to
you
be
insulting
beautiful.
him by saying he wasn't?
I'm saying he wanted to look
We-
beautiful.
We all saw those slutty dresses in the closet. They were robes, just robes.
Those were robes, Grippy. Those were just robes.
I may have misinterpreted it.
Well, breakfast is everybody splitting one of those champions feasts, which is a selection of a bunch of different meats and eggs.
Has that worked out to be just right for the three of us?
Pretty much.
Ideal.
For the four of you.
Four of us, correct.
Dasha is munching her portion with gusto.
Have you been in towns before, wild child?
You might still be muted. Or AFK.
Yes, I was muted. And yes, I have been in towns before. I'm from Timberline.
Oh, good.
Feral by choice, not by birth.
Yeah, by choice. I lived in a house with my mom until she died. And
Yeah.
then Ksenia and I moved to the woods. And then we met you.
And now this is halfway. It's not as city-ish as Ambermont and very near the woods.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the best of both.
Ksenia seems satisfied with it. Well, you...
Well, for Ksenia, that would mean a good mix of carrion and people stuff. Lots of Dempsey's
and
great. Very good for everything.
Yes.
potentially little shinies to Nick.
Ooh, that too. Obviously, Dasha has taught Ksenia to bring her money and any valuables that she finds.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely not pickpocketed.
Is that like an earned
Well,
money using animal handling?
Oh,
Ooh.
yo, I love that.
yeah, I like that.
Is that what a cowboy would use for a cowboy check?
I think so. Yeah, I think that would also be the same check.
What are we using for cowboy check?
And
Handle animal.
Which I think is
can that be what we call it when Yesenia goes to
Yeah, it's called a cowboy
Yeah,
check.
deal?
yes. I think it's more sky piracy, but
I like cowboy check.
yes.
It
yes.
falls under the same rules as dildos. Anything can be a dildo if you're brave enough, and anything can be a cowboy if you're brave enough. Partner.
Mm-hmm.
The AI was giving me such fits trying to get a good Wigglesworth.
Oh, I'm sure it is very hard to get a Wigglesworth.
Yeah, that was like an amalgam group effort, like thought form, chaos creation for sure.
Yes. Well, you have paperwork, and you have a little map drawn on the back of it that shows the location of your new shop.
Wow, this is so exciting. Froggy or Grippy will start bouncing up and down, but it's like a comically high bounce for each one. Do you want me to roll athletics?
Yes, please do.
Dr. Thrace shakes hands with the guild administrator and says, "We're ready to get to work."
Nat 1.
Wonderful. Oh
That
no.
one, perfect.
Literally one.
Uh, you're jumping up and down excitedly. Your first hop lands you on a rotted board. You go up to the knee. Something fuzzy brushes your leg.
Oh, slowly pull my leg out. Is there something fuzzy underneath here?
Probably just rats. This place has been disused for 5 years.
Well, I am able to communicate with fellow rodents, so we should be able to come to an understanding.
All right. You'll want to clean the place thoroughly. He's looking through a little checklist. Check the structure. He glances at the broken beam. Make sure that you've got any furniture, fixtures. There's the old counters still in here, but if you're going to want to bring in your own, that's on you. Any decorations, that's on you. Potion making equipment, the toolkits, we could rent one out to you. And there's a form for that here. And of course,
Interested in
signage.
renting an advanced one, but let's work on getting this place structurally safe first.
Well, I wish you the best of luck and let us know when you're open and we can start directing people your way.
Dr. Thrace offers a paw for a
The
handshake.
the halfling man who's giving the tour and the little speech shakes your hand and leaves.
Eesh. So I'll have to hire some local trades to fix the place. And then do we rent one or do we just foot the bill for like a high quality, like a master quality alchemy?
I was thinking we shell out to get the place looking nice.
Yeah.
And then rent the master equipment. And then once we earn enough, buy a set of master equipment for ourselves.
I shelves, nice furniture. Ooh, have we ever had coffee?
I'll shell out, say, 10 gold for repairs.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
The overall structure seems to be perfectly sound, just a few rotten floorboards and some rats under the place. The mattress upstairs on the bed definitely need a new one, but between cost of labor and materials, it's only going to be about 10 gold to repair the place.
Do we want to go get some rat killing XP?
Do, however, need to acquire long-term lodging in town as well. That is probably going to be one of the expensive parts of the venture, is setting up, is like getting a house.
How big is this shop? Is there enough room for us to live in this shop, or is that against zoning codes?
No, upstairs is essentially an apartment above the shop that's got its own little. It's got a chimney. It's got a fireplace. It's got a bed. It looks like it's made to house 2 people just from the furnishings, but it could probably house 3 times that.
Oh, wow. We got
They're like a
space.
cute little alley that we can tuck our cart into.
Yeah, got a little storage room at back that's big enough to hold the cart.
Perfect.
Not
Bounties
quite
upon
warehouse.
bounties.
What'd you say?
Bounties upon bounties.
Yeah, it seems to be a good little place. How do you want to decorate it? How do you want to furnish it? Discuss.
Ooh, Dasha will bring back all the animal bones that she finds in the woods while foraging.
I'm thinking like an emphasis on the mixed disciplines we have going on here. Like, there's the nature area of the shop where we've got, our druids doing their part of the magic. But then there's a like hospitalish, a clinic-ish part where there's the stuff I've learned and a more 2 things that would generally be seen as separate, but we work them together.
Oh no, I really like that. I really love that idea because that way it's like, you go into the shop and maybe you have a very specific problem, but each of our characters is equipped to work within a specialty. I like that.
Give each of you a corner.
So yeah, sort of like a tattoo shop or a hair salon where everyone's got like their little office.
And Bob can run the checkout stand.
Yeah, we can have a little
Yep.
front desk.
I will make sure that people will pay the biggest price and feel good about it.
What's really important is we need to come up with a name.
I was just saying that.
What do we name our shop?
What was our grandfather's name?
Caricus. Spikel was your father.
What about Caricus's Corner?
Dr. Thrace will put her hands on Grippy's shoulders and go, "You're beautiful sometimes, Grippy. You're beautiful."
Only sometimes.
To be fair, when I threw that man off the cliffside, rest in peace, is Jarek. I should have said the S and if you will lower a hand.
To be fair, knowing our friends now, they were absolutely about to throw us off the same bridge.
Yeah, but maybe not.
And that's how we became friends.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure the quiet one would have murdered us. At least one of us.
Bob nods. Wait, didn't Whisper killed Grippy for a second?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just straight punched your heart out, dude. That was
No,
scary.
that was
Oh, it
Dr.
was-
Thrace.
Dr. Thrace,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah. She felt bad about it though.
She didn't feel bad about those arrows.
That hurt.
Bob's eyes are just staring into the void.
Our shop in the middle of our street.
So I think Caricus's Four Corners would be a really good one for each of you to have each of the four of you to have your own corner of the shop, because the bottom floor is basically just one large open room that you can portion off or design how you want. Adding walls is going to be spendy, but if each of you want to have a counter at a corner and to decorate your quadrant.
Grippy's has grass
goodness.
all over the
What is Grippy's corner specialize in?
plant-based medicine. I can deal with basic like illnesses like the common cold, stuff like that. But for that I have to do more like traditional medicine. But for plant-based medicines I can pretty major cuts and wounds, as well as I have herbalism lore, so I can recommend plants and juices for healthy gut, bigger butt, and long virile.
Okay. And how's it decorated? Just grass in pots?
Yeah, there's grass in pots. There's like trees. Whenever this probably isn't immediately, but I'll also like feed the stray cat, get them to try to wander into my corner because I am animal domain as a druid. So full of like just stray cats, sometimes like foxes. I try to maintain like one or like tiny.
So you gotta put you near the door.
Yeah, berry bushes, pot.
How
black
about
planters?
Lots of little planters of medicinal plants that folks can take home.
Yeah.
All I know is up by the God, that was John. All I know is up by the counter, I have some little one-use wands that are good for relationships. They come in tiny little packs, and no one really knows what's in them, but they kind of work. They might kill you, but they kind of work.
The secret is they're just long enough to hit the prostate. So
I don't know if Dasha has her magical specialty figured out yet. So I'm not really sure. I don't think she's totally sure what to offer in her corner yet. I think she's just making a space. No one really knows what she's doing.
Well, we both practice occult magic, so bones and blood would be a good way to go.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I
Bob will
imagine
give
you
you
have
a
like
high
a
five.
big nest.
Yeah. No. Okay, Dasha has a nest, but I think she's going to build herself a treehouse for it first.
So it might be additional.
I have a feeling this involves Dasha finding a way to cut down an actual tree and attempt to haul it into the alchemy shop.
I think that
She is so
after
proud of
that doesn't
herself.
work-
She comes back from the forest with a whole birch tree. It will not fit in the shop.
No. But I can imagine Dasha assembling a tree out of large branches that she can drag in there.
Oh yeah. I think that's probably what she resigns herself to after realizing that the whole birch tree is not going to fit.
There's just a bunch of
Teaching adults
branches
how to-
tied together with twine and catgut.
Teaching
If
adults
they
how to
consent to it, Bob will. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, you have like your little tree fort and stuff, and you can like teach adults. Kids can come play, but like teaching adults how to get back in contact with their inner feral child.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Dasha will take that inspiration.
And you could maybe sell pelts. Might be a little bit more paperwork, but
No, I think that the pelts are generally sewn into the cloak, but there's a lot of extra that's not sewn into the cloak, like eyeballs and brains and hearts and bones.
Well,
I'm just
obviously, she's
imagining-
got a necklace made out of teeth, but of course, all the excess materials, like,
Yes.
she's got to do something with those. I imagine she's got like jars of different kinds of teeth and bones and claws,
Yes.
was just
organized by
about to
animal and type.
I'll remove an
Little-
extra gold for mason jar budget.
Yes. I'm imagining like little burlap cloth wrapped things hanging from strings from the tree. Like this one's squirrel hearts. this one's rat pancreases.
Oh yeah, I could see it like hanging bath tokens. Totally. Oh my god, that's sick. That's fucking sick.
And then when she wants something, she just climbs up the tree and like down the branch to get it.
Yes.
That is absolutely a witch's shop.
I love that we all just treat Dasha like the precious little, like Dasha and Bob are like our precious little angels, and are both cursed babies. Like,
Yes.
Pretty
Both
much.
probably actual adults.
Well,
How old is Dasha?
But Dasha's an elf, but if she were human, she would look to be about 11.
Right.
So probably still pretty young even for an elf.
about 60 years.
It's
Oh, we're
older
gonna
than
die in a
most.
I
blink
wasn't
of an
sure what
eye.
the conversion was. No.
We're your Winnie the Pooh. We're
Oh,
Dasha's
no.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my
No.
god.
Aw.
We're Dasha's Winnie
Giving
the
the
Pooh.
story so much room to get so fucked up.
we have shown you how to get to Sesame Street.
Down Brutality Alley.
Well, this started as a cute, heartwarming story, but it just turned into Russian literature.
You know, that's a lot of our adventures now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's
Let's go to the deepest level of despair imaginable. Oh, look, a new, deeper level of despair that we never conceived of before. Let's go there.
Mhm.
Let's dive into it head first with no idea of repercussions whatsoever.
Perhaps
Me,
summer
I'm
is
gonna
over. It's back as though the autumn.
I'm gonna play a silly little raccoon guy. Also me, I'm gonna rip out all his fucking teeth.
The arcs that we went through with those characters, like
Oh my
fucking
God.
Sequoia and Prinkex have existed for like 3, almost 4 years now, I think. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I know. I think I started playing with you guys at the end of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
oh my god.
we did play Prinkex and Sequoia for about 4 years.
Wow.
No,
That's my longest
great.
run on a D&D character ever. And
Yeah.
an impressive one
Sorry.
too. I didn't want to switch characters because the story was too good.
That's fair.
God knew the only way I would play a different character was if she had a different setting, different game setting. Because if we're going back to Genesis, I was
Yeah.
gonna be Prinkex.
Pretty much, yeah. we had to be gently coaxed out of using those characters.
That's
my
okay. I think we
baby
still have
memories.
Lexi and Lilia in our heads.
Oh yeah, we'll return to them eventually. I feel like I didn't develop Lexi enough.
I loved our combo though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I think Pathfinder's a little more approachable for me so far because it's so similar to D&D, but it has like
Mhm.
different classifications for things, like just different options.
Yeah.
Pathfinder is what I've been playing since middle school. It's the system I'm the most familiar with, and I really like it
Okay.
a lot.
So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is second edition, which is very different.
Oh,
It
okay.
reminds me a whole lot of 3.5 D&D, which is my favorite version of D&D, but also
I
there's
was gonna
something
say so far it's like only minimally distinguishable from how we play 3.5 D&D. So I think that's also part of
honestly.
why it's been easier for me to like get into the gameplay, get into the story because I don't have to think about the gameplay as much. Whereas when we started Vampire, I was like learning a whole new system. And I
Yep.
was so
Oh
focused
yeah.
on that, I don't think I threw enough into my characters.
Well, and being a real person is so much harder than being someone in Genesis. Like,
Oh my God, I know. Genesis is so much cooler than Earth. Holy shit. We established that pretty early on.
I spent enough time on Earth, even when you came from Genesis.
This no
and
magic zone
Earth and
sucks.
triple Earth and wrong Earth and right Earth and
Oh
actual Earth.
wait. It as because of the date the other day, I was reminded this morning about the time our characters accidentally ended up in that was a twist.
Oh my god. I
In
forgot
like a
about that.
series of games where we had the most insane twists imaginable, that was the absolute last thing I saw coming.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then suddenly a 9/11.
Going through the Warren together for the first
Suddenly
time.
battling the Empress of the known universe, and then suddenly
I wish we had recorded the pit. There's so much of it that was so intense and it lasted so long that it's just
I wish we
like
had recorded
faded
the
with
pit,
memory.
and I wish we had recorded the Warrens so badly.
Yeah.
That was such a
Oh
good story.
yes. No, we need
I
to
think the
go
liminal
back and
space
finish off those
aspect just had me hooked. Another Warren adventure.
It connects
Hey,
everywhere.
we were missing both Tegan and Xandra for the final game, so we absolutely have to at least redo the final game.
Yes.
I would like that.
Well,
Well, I
I
thought of
will.
something else I want Dasha to have in her corner.
Yes.
I want her to have little lanterns that she's collected, like, that people have thrown away, or,
Ooh.
just that she's found or acquired somehow, and filling them with like bioluminescent things that she finds in the woods.
Little witch lights.
Right, yeah, for mood lighting.
Yeah. That sounds great. How about Dr. Thrace's corner?
So, Dr. Thrace's corner, I'm imagining, is a yang to the rest of the group's yin. It's a lot more clinical and organized. I'm imagining in sort of four corners. In the center of the shop, that sort of corner of the corner, is where I want to set up the alchemist kit. It's the focus of what Dr. Thrace is doing. If she can set up, dry ice in water to make a fog in it when she's not using it, she will.
Yeah.
Then another corner is a raised pet bed for Mr. Whiskers. Mr. Whiskers has the ability to manipulate objects and can help me in doing alchemy and stuff, and theoretically have his will to decorate his corner of the corner of the corner any way he wishes. But there's a pet bed up there for him because he's my familiar and I love him. Then one corner that's like a desk of curiosities that's very empty of curiosities at the moment. Like marbles, a crystal. Not a magic crystal, just a crystal.
Yep.
The beginnings of a curio collection.
The desk of curiosity with the notes that says on it, the first curiosity is, why is the desk empty?
Yep, basically. And then just a wizard desk that's like used, but she choreographs the things on it to make it look, in her opinion, more wizardy.
Okay.
She's been to a wizard college and has seen a wizard's desk before. She lived in a wizard's tower. It's important she have a wizardly desk.
Yes, yes. We've got the witch, the druid, the wizard,
And the
any
cowboy.
other, and the cowboy bard. How are you decorating yours, Mr. Wigglesworth?
Yes. So since I have the checkout desk, it is a wooden slab that I asked Dasha to help me haul in because again it was very large. And it's got little curios, little rocks and pieces of moss and little like bugs' wings that Bob's found on the ground, feathers, things like that. And then there's going to be a drawer or some sort of compartment under the slab of wood that contains the one-shot wands, and those are special requests. And visually, other than that, I don't know. Absalom, the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. I want to sit on a mushroom.
Such a good point.
Yes, yes.
And I want an opium hookah.
We'll discuss that, Wigglesworth.
Dasha, help me out.
Is opium
second
even
guess.
legal in this town?
We'll just go to Dad.
Yes, it is.
Oh. No, wait.
Dad, Mom won't let us have opium.
In this town, it is not the drugs that are illegal. It is the result of the drugs that does illegal things that are illegal. If you rob a storefront because you're high on drugs, it's the robbing the storefront that was the crime.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Because, poppy is quite the valuable plant in herbal medicine, Grippy says,
Indeed.
by shifting back and forth.
So you're saying that I should grow hemp and poppy?
Well, don't grow hemp in the shop because I'm growing weed in the back and I don't want them to cross-pollinate.
Oh God, no seeds.
Yes.
I also want to. Oh, go ahead.
So, is that a hard no on the opium hookah?
Dr. Thrace won't stop you, but Dr. Thrace will
I was gonna
look
say, do I have to roll
disappointed.
cute? I will roll
You
cute on you.
automatically succeed cute checks against Dr. Thrace. That's how that's how Dr. Thrace will be unable to resist. But Dr. Thrace will be disappointed. Dr. Thrace will remember this.
I will also sell little cowboy spurs and hats that I will make out of whatever stick Dad and Dasha bring.
Eventually, we'll get keychains made once the shop's doing well because we'll also become an oddity and people will come by just
Yes.
to see us. And we'll turn it into a gift shop on top of it.
Apothecary / gift shop, and then we need a museum.
And then we'll reinvest in the community. We'll organize the workers. We'll seize the means of production.
We got to help our friends go legit first. That was the first goal.
Right.
These are long-term goals. We have short-term goals, like paying rent.
Thanks, Mom.
So what will decorations such run? I'm down to pony up a little bit extra for a custom-made mushroom chair for.
Oh, we definitely need sparkle light or some sort of lighting.
Yeah, I think that a carved and painted wooden mushroom chair until you can harvest your own mushroom that suits your purposes will run about 5 gold.
A toadstool, if you will.
Yes.
Especially if I sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's Grippy's deep, dark secret. He's actually just a very pretty toad.
For the put in 5 gold worth of mason jars, 5 gold for the toadstool, 15 gold for the lighting.
We discussed it earlier, but what would renting the Master's Alchemist station run us? Per however long you rent things for in Moonstep Village.
How much does it cost?
We're at 969. Nice.
Nice.
You said that as I saw two chairs stacked on top of each other, and I thought, haha, 69. At literally the exact same moment the words came out of your mouth. That was weird.
Ideally, would pay for the first like 6
55
months
gold.
of the.
It's 5 gold to buy it outright.
Yeah,
Oh.
it might just be worth buying if it's.
That'd probably be worth buying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So how
expected
much
that to
is
be
it?
more. 55 gold. Takes 2 hands. It's literally titled Alchemist's Lab Expanded.
Oh, nice.
All right, got that down.
Dasha's side is all foraged materials.
Speaking of foraging, we need to get you all in the union. We got to pay whatever those dues
Oh.
are going to be too.
That was part of our paperwork to get the shop set up. It's a secondary part of the Alchemist Guild. So that's why when we went out, we didn't do any actual foraging. We were just like doing buddy times and scouting out good spots to forage for materials.
Perfect.
Which was that like? Did we find any like thing that like interesting
No, you
plants?
both rolled real low.
What? We found friendship.
That's what you found. The real alchemy was the friends you made along the way.
We
It
were
might-
like distracted playing pranks on animals.
Yes.
It might be worth
You know.
going to the guild of foragers and hiring a guild member to show you where materials we might need can be found.
If you're a forager, if you're already a registered forager with them, they could probably just point stuff out on a map.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll still make trips to see if we can find, our secret spots. But that way we'll have consistent supplies.
I think it's time to start brewing potions.
We did not set up a chain of communication with the... So
Details
with
yet.
our... Yeah, we didn't set up a chain of communication with them, but so at some point we'll have to
Ride
get back in touch with them. Or we could possibly... Crows are wicked smart, so Yesenia could potentially carry like a written message if Dasha would be comfortable with that.
I could carry a what? Sorry.
A
Carry a
written
message to
message.
bandits.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that we could update them that way, because like riding all the way back is hazardous. Like, can't really send somebody to do it alone because of the risk of somebody. Well, for multiple
and,
reasons, gameplay wise,
if we
like,
if our party has access to a bird that could just fly directly there and back, it's obviously
Makes that
more
a lot
convenient.
easier.
oh, brilliant.
We will still have to be concerned about the chimeras, though, yeah? Because they fly.
Some
The
of them
city
do.
is pretty smart. I think she could handle it.
Yoki dokie.
It's the bats, the giant cave bats that are the cliff bats that are the bigger problem.
Well, maybe she can avoid those.
But as a familiar and a servant of Baba Yaga, and more a spirit than an animal herself, she'll be fine.
Dasha still does not know this.
Yeah, can I make an occult check to examine this bird over time?
Yeah, make me an occult check.
That wasn't a great roll. 16.
16. You can tell, based on Dasha's magic, combined with the familiar, that this is a witch.
Okay. Am I aware of any alignment restrictions on witches? Or is it you can be a witch and be whoever you want to be?
You can be a witch and be whoever you want to be. Mostly it's just a little bit more folksy and gruesome than wizardry. Not even evil, just a little bit like, blood and bones and occasionally brains or eyeballs. But usually animals and other things like that that are connected to nature.
The superstitious past, but it still works.
like an arcane druid when you think about it.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah,
Halfway
that's
between
it.
a druid and a wizard.
I was
Yeah,
kind of thinking that when I was making this character, like
yeah.
just going through all the different stats. It really is right in between. I like it.
Like,
I love it.
it's not a perfect one-to-one of the warlock, but I think that the warlock was my favorite class from 3.5, so not seeing it like have a direct one-to-one port in Pathfinder, I was bummed. But
Yeah, well, I thought the same thing because I thought we were still on D&D. So the concept I came up with when I created Dasha was a child warlock who has an imaginary friend, but the imaginary friend is a familiar and they're too young and inexperienced in life and magic to understand their imaginary friend's true power.
But
But that, so I just altered some details for Dasha, but I thought it would, since considering the theme and we're starting at level 1, I thought that would be the perfect concept to run with.
It works so well.
so which also gameplay wise like meets a lot of the same areas that warlocks did, but like better defines it as a class, and then also fixes some of the like glaring issues in 3.5 of like, and also in 5e like the Eldritch Blast like it's such a dumb class. You take one level of warlock, one level of druid, and you cast spike growth, and then you do the Eldritch invocation that like on hit like no save pushes them 5 feet, and it's like 6d10 at level 2 like per round. Yeah, some ridiculous amount. And it's just like it's as a class it just like there are some like really glaring issues without giving a lot of like same flavor that I feel the witch really like. The witch delivers on what I wanted the warlock class to like really deliver on, something very flavorful.
Well, that's a reassuring assessment.
Yeah. 12 gold for a walking cauldron.
A walking cauldron.
I just feel like that'd be a lot of get back here.
Oh yeah. Like, does it just decide where it wants to go, or is it like at your beck and call?
Come on, let's be honest. These guys would make it sentient.
Stands upon sturdy iron crow's feet, has a land speed of 25 feet, and can be used as a suitable tool to craft potions, oil, or other liquids. Single action, which has the auditory and concentrate traits. You can command the cauldron to either follow you or stand in place. When
I think we
following
should get
you,
it.
it
I
does
think
its
we
best
should
to
get it.
remain
It's
within
like Baba
20
Yaga's house, but a cauldron.
Yes.
That is true. How
Keep your
could we
back
not?
to the
Best
shop,
to-
cauldron, and your front to me.
I'm
It
down.
does its best to remain within 30 feet of you, but its ungainly movements are too imprecise to predictably direct in a combat encounter or any other situation where seconds and precise locations count. You can carry 2 bulk
Dasha
of
will
ingredients.
Dasha will treat it like a pet.
It will
If you
permanently
put
follow us. I love
if you put more than 2 bulk in it, it will refuse to move until 10 minutes after you remove the excess weight.
10 minutes after. Oh my god, what a little brat.
It has to digest it first.
I'm gonna
In
say
general.
that spend the 12 gold for ingredients that Ksenia or ingredients that Dasha is using in a regular cauldron, and over the course of about a week of brewing, the cauldron gets up and starts walking around.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Completely
brain-
unpredictable situation.
Dasha
brain
is
can't-
delighted. She has no idea how she did this, but she's very pleased with the results.
My brain is just screaming that it has to be like the bathtub that Charles and them used to travel in, like eventually got like down, like
Toasty
recycled
bathtub.
Oh my god.
into a cauldron.
Bathtub of very old man.
Oh,
Oh, what a man.
ridiculous
Love
item.
finds a way.
Well, if a bird could look smug, Ksenia would. But with the
Man.
cauldron tottering around Dasha's corner and the rest of the place nice and decorated, do you want to make some rolls to brew potions, or do you want to?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I very do.
I think that's what we all need to do next is spend. Do I need to
Yes.
purchase any more resources for these healing potions than we've already got? Or do we have, with the crystals and what we already have enough to make, I don't know, a barrel's worth of the crystals into potions?
I think that with the materials that you've got, I'm going to say that you've got 300 gold worth of materials, unless I gave it a number before.
I think you gave it a volume.
We'll call it
I
about
don't think you had a
300 gold
price.
worth of potion brewing. No, I'm going to say... trying to figure out what would be
It was
useful
6
enough
bulk.
amount. 6 bulk. Okay. Then I'm going to say 200 gold per bulk.
Okay.
So, and how much are one of the potions that we have? Just I'm doing a
We're
math
looking for
bar in
minor elixir of health. PF to eat elixir of life? Elixir of life, excuse me. A minor elixir of life is worth 3 gold pieces.
3 gold, so that's 400. That's enough to make 400.
Okay, so that may have been a little bit too much. Then yeah, 200 total.
Yeah, 200 potions worth, so 600 gold.
200 gold worth of materials.
200 gold, so two. I'm gonna need a calculator for that because the 200 divided by 3 doesn't.
No, fair enough. 300 then.
Sorry.
So to brew a potion, we use materials equal to half of the finished materials value. So we'll need to use 1.5 gold worth of material for each elixir.
Which means the most we can do for like a bulk rate discount would be like 2 gold, 2 silver to like still make it worth our bit. Like, you know, if Finn was like, hey, I'm going on a dungeon crawl and I need like 30 potions, what kind of deal can you cut? Like maybe 2 gold. But like
I think to start with, as we're establishing ourselves, we should start at 2 gold. And once we go through our initial batch and we start, the guild sets the rate.
oh right.
Is the guild rate 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't fluctuate that.
We sell at guild rate. That's set.
Yes. That is
That does mean we need to take our 10% tax into this calculation.
However, Bob does have a tips jar,
I love it.
and Bob is very good at getting tips.
There was nothing in the fine print about not getting tipped.
So I like to imagine that Bob's just playing live music at random.
Yes. Whenever there's more than like 2 people in the shop.
Yeah, alchemy checks. Can we figure out how many potions we can make total? How many rolls I need to make?
What level
I
is
can make 4 at any one time.
What level is the potion?
That's a first level potion.
DC 15.
And so we have 300 gold worth of mats, which means we could make 600 potions. Or do we have enough to make 300? Or
It's 300 material, which means we make 600 of potion, presuming a 100% success rate.
right.
But let's try crafting before we start talking about 100% success rate. That's not bad.
Guidance.
23.
Oh yeah, guidance.
24 then.
Wonderful.
This is just constant guidance.
I imagine bardic inspiration, if that's a thing in this system, would be helpful.
It's one of my superpowers. Give me just a second to check my sheet.
Because bards usually have one that makes you good at skill checks. The sing a song of sneaking, you know?
Oh, do you get
Yep.
bonus for using master's tools?
Oh, that's a good point.
That would make a difference if the check is DC 15 and you get 25. That's a critical success, right? With skill checks?
Yeah.
As of right now, the only thing I have is Courageous Anthem, and it's just +1 to rolls and resistance to fear, and it would use up my focus spell. So I'm just using guidance.
Bob's just sitting there singing "I Believe in You" from How to Succeed in This without really trying. I believe in you. I
my
believe
God.
in you.
Okie dokie.
Because the master's tools usually give like a +1, but I'm not as familiar with the system.
Nethys isn't responding. Yeah, it gives. I'm trying to get anything.
Gives a +1 item bonus to crafting checks to create alchemical items.
Perfect.
So
I'll
the
just
plus
pile
8 combined.
together. So +1 plus a guidance, +1 from the lab, +1 from guidance, +8 from my skill, And a 14 on the die.
Okay.
So very succeed.
Yes.
So that would be 4 potions then, which would be 6 gold.
So we can do that 100 times.
Theory.
How long does it?
That's what I'm looking up next. I assume that's like per day.
Yeah, if crafting's like the other system, I think it's usually on a day-by-day basis. So it'd probably take like a week for us to build inventory.
One
2.
day.
Okay, here's the right PDF.
So yeah, you can do 4 per day.
Dang, I should have taken the alchemy skill feat to help out.
I shudder to think we'll be in a situation where we're selling more than 4 of these per day. That would be a lot
Yeah,
of injured
I hope
people.
not. Or just a high traffic day where people are coming through and, they're going on a caravan. You get 3 or 4 caravans that are like, yeah, I need 5 or 6. We're heading through. And that you get 3 of those in one day, and that's 20.
These crystals, are there any other formulas that I could use them in? Or is it only the elixir?
I'm sure that they could be used in other things that have to do with healing and positive energy.
Like antidote, anti-plague, and vaccines?
Certainly.
Fantastic. But not cheetah elixir, and probably not tinder twig or numbing tonic. I assume that's the opium. Numbing tonic.
Yes.
That's topical opium.
Yes. Well, how many healing potions do you make?
We're making 4 at a time. I would say like 3 days of elixir of life, a day of antidote, a day of anti-plague, and keep an eye out for somebody with a sniffly nose. If there's somebody obviously sick in town, maybe try and harvest a vaccine. But
It is headed into winter.
how does a wizard approach the innkeeper and say, "Hey, does anybody got a cold?" Without
It's
coming
flu
off
season.
as
We set up that.
You're known for having a potion shop.
That's true.
What's the gather information? Is that society?
I believe.
The diplomacy.
I was good at that.
That was mine, right? Yeah, that was mine.
I got an
Let me go.
18.
Oh, nice.
Then yeah, I heard folks starting to sniffle. It's been a cold couple of days, but not anybody showing any particular signs.
Well, I guess I'd like make a post on a bulletin board somewhere in town saying that flu season is upon us and your local apothecary is looking to make a vaccine. If you've got
Oh,
sniffles,
and
come on by.
we should go talk to Finn at some point, guys. He was in town when we talked to someone. He probably left a long time ago.
It sounded like he comes and goes frequently.
He
Normal
is
shrug.
unfortunately out of town at the moment.
Oh, shucks.
But at the end of that week, after you've made your potions, put up your board, a man with long blonde hair and extremely attractive features drags himself in on a sword and scabbard. It's a great sword. His plate is dinted, and the leg that he's dragging behind him is twisted and covered in frost. It is gently misting off of him as he drags himself into the shop. I need all your potions.
Whoa, buddy. What do you encounter there? What's going on? This is triage. What's going on?
We'll treat you and we'll sell you potions. We can fix this right up.
Nothing I ain't had before. Shrugs. Oh, we got a white dragon up in the mountains. I've been chasing it down for a few weeks now.
A dragon? Interesting.
Doesn't seem to be a terribly big one. I've been keeping an eye out for its mama, but it might have wandered far away.
Ferocious beasts indeed.
I've seen a dragon.
One of us should do a medicine check first, yeah?
Yeah, I'm grabbing, as I'm rushing over towards him with awe in my eyes, I'm grabbing various herbs and whatnot, and a pinch of some quartz crystal, and a fucking 25 nature or plant medicine.
Yeah, as you're fussing over him and badgering him into a chair to look at his leg, he's just like, it's fine. Just give me the potions. I've got gold. He pulls out a sack and jingles it. It's at least one bulk worth of gold.
Dr. Thrace will begin handing potions over one at a time.
How many you got?
At the moment, 12.
What kind?
These are minor elixirs of life.
Those are the minor ones. Okay, so that's 3 times 12 is 40? He'll hand over 4 platinum pieces.
Dr. Thrace hands them all. Do we have a little crate, like from a different business in town I can put them all in?
Do you have a what from a different business now?
Like a little crate?
Yeah, certainly. You can have little baskets or whatever.
Can I roll my "You like me, I'm so cute"?
Yes, go ahead and roll your diplomacy for make an impression, or put on your performance. Your microphone's starting to do the thing. Can you turn it on and off again? Off and on again.
Could you roll for me? It's +7, and I'll give myself guidance for +8.
And just fish out the dice here.
I rolled,
And
if you
I rolled
want, just
13 healing on my treat wounds.
It looks like he's taken at least 50 hit points worth of damage.
Ew.
Oh.
He cracks open one of the healing potions, chugs it, cracks open the second one, chugs it.
Can I cast Soothe?
Sure.
Wonderful. What is that? Let me look it up.
Yeah, what did you say you were going to cast?
Soothe.
Soothe?
Soothe. Fair enough.
Bolster mental defenses and heal wounds. D10 plus 4 hit points, and plus 2 saves against mental effects for the duration of a minute.
Nice. Then, yeah, Bob will sing a quiet little lullaby song while Dr. Thrace is working on healing him.
Oh shit, you're an actual healer.
We're all sorts of magicians here.
Magicians, you say?
Yeah.
I'm a druid.
I'm a graduate of Embermont University's Civic Wizardry program.
Let me go
I've
pull
been
out my
looking
dice
for a
to
new
roll
wizard.
that D10.
Could you roll a D10, Xandra?
Oh, yep. Can do.
Thank you.
I'm grabbing mine. I'm getting them. I'm getting
Nine.
them. Oh, okay. Plus
4.
1 for guidance, and +4 is 14.
It heals up a little bit. It's certainly a lot less than you were expecting. Magic resistance comes with experience.
I can cast, like, it only takes 2 turns or 2 actions, so, like, and the duration is a minute, so I can just, but I only have 2 spell slots per day, and 2 casts per day, I think.
He'll pull out another 2 platinum and wave match you. 1 for each slot.
I will cast it.
What's the total tips that he's given outside of so just because I'm keeping track of.
He has like 8 intelligence. He's really bad at math.
Oh, wonderful.
Piece
No.
of platinum so far?
For the
It's
36 gold 36 gold worth of potions that he bought, he gave you 40 gold, so that's 4 extra in tip.
dang.
And then another 20 gold in tip that he just gave Bob.
And how much did I roll for my I'm so cute?
Can you roll that for me, Xandra? Roll D20 for me real quick.
Oh, I got it. I just wanted to check. I got a 10. So 19.
Nice.
And then for my second soothe cast, 8 plus 5 is 13.
Well, it certainly helps a bit between that and the 3 healing potions that he chugged and the natural medicine that Grippy applies. The leg straightens out and the blackened frostbite heals itself.
Can I apply regular treat wounds? Because it technically says they can't benefit from treat wounds for 24 hours. But just for the one time, can I do?
No, he's all healed up.
Okay, sick. I was like, if he needs it.
Well, if y'all are looking for some work, I haven't had a wizard in a while and could use some backup on this dragon business. I'd be willing to,
Bob's eyes sparkle.
I'd be willing to do the grunt work.
If I get another couple, I need some lengths of rope and grappling hooks, but I'd be down to help.
Well, I know a guy that's willing to give me 2,000 gold for this dragon's head. I'd be willing to part with 300 for each of you.
That
Into it.
sounds like a fair and balanced deal, my friend. Actually, what is
Grippy is
bargaining in this?
also bad at
Is there a bartering?
It would
What
be
is the
generally a
check?
request. Would be for a better deal.
I mean, I don't want to swindle the guy. He's already stupid.
Does seem to be fairly stupid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be that mean. If he had decent intelligence and fell for it, that'd be one thing. But this is just shameful.
No,
Like
he's
my-
absolutely himbo.
Like my intelligence is decently high, but I think that's more like my obsessive knowledge of plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like I'm sure Finn is smart when it comes to fighting and battle tactics, but we both don't know math.
Exactly.
I, as the player, am the bookkeeper. I imagine in game that it is likely Dr. Thrace who is
Yeah.
keeping.
Absolutely.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing here.
Hello,
you now.
hello, hello.
Okay.
Ooh, much clearer too.
Oh, is this better than the other mic?
Yeah, it was mostly clear, but at least on my end, it was occasionally cutting in and out. And
A little
but it
bit, yeah.
sounded- yeah.
Okay, well, I'm connected through my phone at the moment.
Maybe it's just because closer or something.
Maybe. The other microphone isn't attached to a headset.
I'm down to fight a dragon if y'all are.
Well, who will we get to watch the shop?
Well, we'll have to restock supply, but then we could potentially look into a short-term hire from the guild.
Well, I won't be able to take you for at least a couple of weeks. My battle with the thing spooked it a bit, and it won't be back to this layer for a little bit. I've got to go over past High Ridge and hunt some chimeras for the moment, and I'll be back in town in a couple of weeks.
Then,
Don't
at
hurt
that point,
Cody.
we will almost certainly be excited to join you, sir.
I also
And
heard
Dr.
of
Thrace extends a palm.
he shakes his hands. He also heard some rumors of a bandit camp up near there, so maybe I'll get a real challenge. He gives a smile.
Bob growls.
Bandits are a scourge on commerce.
Above the table. Oh God, are we backstabbing them? It's not like we could stop him if we wanted to.
He's pretty dumb. You could redirect him.
Oh, I hear there's a troll that's been harassing. Actually, we traveled up along that route ourselves, and Grippy will tear up, genuinely remembering the sacrifice of the brave goat.
Oh,
Cody.
Grungles is back?
Back. And he ate one of our goats.
Fucker. Alright, well, he looks at his sword. I'm not sure I can make it a permanent solution, but I can at least send him back to a watery grave for a year or two more. He'll grow back, but it's trolls.
I'll go into the back room and grab like a little pot of oil, as well as like a flint and tinder, having righted myself a bit, and say, "Oh, actually, if you burn a troll's stump after you sever its bits, it won't regrow."
No, it won't, but you burn the rest of it, and the bit that I chopped off and floated down the river will grow back into a new Grungles.
That what keeps
I
happening?
imagine Grungle has a long history in this area.
Him and I go way back.
This world terrifies me in ways I don't have words for, and I don't think I ever will.
I believe the word is grunglerific.
Early.
I don't want it to be.
I write the term down in my dictionary of local terms.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Grippy's going
beginning
to look into getting it tattooed across the belly.
You're beginning to
Grunglerific.
You're beginning to realize why everybody remembers this guy.
Oh yeah, that's why everybody talks about Finn. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, buddy.
He is
Oh.
generous with his gold and dumb.
Oh, buddy. Oh.
Then time Grungles and I had another rumble. He gets the grin that only a high-level adventurer gets. that I am about to fuck something up that has fucked people up, anyone else who's tried to fuck it up for the last decade, and only I can do this.
Yes.
And he also waves off Grippy. I don't trust oil. I set myself on fire once or twice, and without a caster with me to put me out, I'd rather not risk it.
A wise
That's right.
precaution. God, can I make some sort of, I guess crafting would be the alchemy check, but there's tons of options on the skill list to know if there's any valuable resources he could harvest from the corpse of a troll?
That would be nature, I think. Possibly occultism.
I would like to roll occultism.
Dasha, what's your nature?
I roll a 12.
I'm gonna have to check.
My instinct is to say, well, they make troll's blood elixirs. I must need troll's blood.
I'll get a thoughtful look. Can trolls regenerate from their blood?
I have no idea. And I look over to Grippy. What do you think?
23. Can trolls regenerate from their blood?
No.
Has
Probably.
anyone tried it?
Ever heard?
I knew of folks who used to farm trolls over in Cordillera, but
Like
Oh,
to
that's
well-
an incredibly disturbing thought.
I don't know if they were technically trolls, but they were generated like, they called them meat trees.
Oh, yeah, meat trees are fine.
That's not two words that I expected to next to each other.
Yeah, they kept
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
sorry,
something
a
called
what?
meat trees. They kept talking about something called bonsai. They got a troll leg at some point a couple of 100 years ago, and the original lords decided to placate a nearby dragon by offering them an orchard.
Oh my god.
I saw it once. That's when I jumped off the disc the first time.
Wait,
Oh, you
first
beautiful
time?
dumb bastard.
Some things you
hap-
don't want to see.
What happens when you jump off the disc?
You fall back on it.
Oh,
How
Let me
did
tell
you
ya.
survive?
He'll laugh. I didn't.
Oh my god.
Healing magic can perform miracles.
My
Basically
cleric
over
did. I
time.
had him in a bag of holding.
Ah.
This is Bob's first crush. Bob is
Adventure him.
floating.
With a wistful look on his face, he'll say, "Good times." Healing magic does wonders, but what do you do when your cleric dies? He shrugs.
Why do you have no one else with you?
My cleric died. He,
You-
he looks at you like it's obvious.
You only had one other party member?
Oh no, I had a wizard and a thief, but after the cleric
They
died,
also died.
we couldn't exactly bring them back.
So it wasn't just the cleric that died, honey.
No, but the cleric dying made it so that nobody else could get brought back.
That tracks in a certain way.
I'm just hoping to find another resurrectionist one of these days.
Unfortunately, we are new relative to the powers of resurrection, so we can't do that yet.
Huh. Well, I heard of this
Yep.
technique from a guy when I was a kid. Have you ever heard of power leveling?
Society check?
It's gonna be a real high DC, but you could try.
Would
This is-
occultism be more appropriate?
This is like deep adventurer lore. Dungeoneering, if it was a thing, I'm looking at lists.
Academia?
Can I do bardic lore?
Bardic lore would do.
Wonderful. Dad, can I get some guidance, please? Father. Father.
I don't have guidance.
Oh, you don't?
As
No.
a monk.
Oh. Huh. Well, I got
Here,
a
I was saying for
15.
you to do guidance.
Oh, gotcha.
Does Dasha have guidance?
Sorry, y'all. I was listening. Where is guidance?
It would be a spell that you have.
Let's see.
It's a cantrip.
Do I have it? I don't know. Where are my spells? Where are my spells?
Right there!
The bottom.
Doodle-doo.
I don't think I have it prepared.
That's okay.
I think I have a list of my spells somewhere. Gonna have to look. Very disorganized, as usual.
Oh, you're fine.
There we go.
Yeah, my computer broke, so it's been a lot harder to keep this sort of thing organized. And no, I do not have guidance. I have Know the Way.
What's
That's
that?
probably
Hmm?
different.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Then yeah, got 15.
Yeah, you've never heard of this.
Gotcha.
Okay. Basically, I take a bunch of newbies with me, and you learn a lot by experience. And as long as you help me out in the fight, you learn a lot.
Okay.
The key is not to die. Don't. He'll tap a finger. What was the word? Don't aggro the mobs.
The what?
Don't attack the things. Don't attack the monsters. Let me do it.
So
Oh,
we would be fighting threats that only you are prepared for,
Yes.
I think
and
that
that
might
we
be
are not
the
ready for.
opinion side.
Yes.
Which one?
Dr. Thrace looks at everyone else.
Dasha
Let's
looks
that
back at
statement
Dr.
hang
Thrace,
out in the
terribly
air.
confused.
Well, I'll be back in a couple of weeks, and if you want to go fight a dragon with me, you're welcome to.
I think we should probably go on this adventure first before we go fight a dragon, guys. We could if he's right, which I don't know, but we should.
Oh, you want to fight the troll with me?
Bob will look pleadingly.
Let's fuck up Grungles.
I have to stay here and craft more potions, but you're more than willing, more than able to go on that adventure without me.
But I need a wizard.
Well, yes, but we have union dues to pay.
How much?
God, is it just the 10% tax on sales?
10%
Can I
tax
do
on
this?
sales. Go ahead.
What is bargaining?
It was just a request check generally to bring down the price is all that I can see as a thing. I wasn't making a roll for it. I was just deciding how much rent was. I'd say probably about
Gotcha.
200 gold a month plus 10% tax.
I was just gonna go with deception to make it a little higher.
Well, then you can lie to him and say that it's more than that.
He's an adventurer.
Well, how much are you saying?
How much is it?
It is 200 a month.
I think 215. I got a 15.
Nice. He will hand you 250.
Oh, honey.
He may have misheard
Alpha can't count, can he?
you. That's too many significant figures for him.
5215. Yep.
He could do 210, 220, 215 he can't.
Too many numbers.
So he just assumed that he misheard you and gave you 250.
Oh, Bob.
Dude's like a level 10 adventurer. He's got more money than he knows what to do with.
He's investing it in the local economy.
Exactly. Somebody has told him those words before, but he cannot remember it.
Dasha offers him some of whatever the hell she's making in her dancing cauldron.
Yes. Are you also making some healing elixirs?
This one is experimental.
Ooh, experimental elixir. Make me.
Most of Dasha's work is experimental because she really doesn't know what she's doing.
Yes.
Not to mention the weasels.
Make me an.
Her approach to magic is fuck around and find out. And so far, I don't know. She's a wild magic character, so that's her essence.
Yes.
If Dr.
All right.
Thrace asks you to not do something because it will kill you all, would you stop?
Enough self-preservation.
If given an adequate explanation, yes.
Okay.
I love
You're
that
creating
answer.
mustard gas.
We are not doing that today.
All right.
Okay, that was an occult check. That's a +7.
Make me 3 of them.
Okay, so the first one's a 17. This is before the bonus. Ooh. So 17, 14, And 17 again, all before the +7.
Okay.
So rocked it.
Okay.
24, 21, 24.
Yep.
Jeez.
Tasha is a beast,
Give me a
literally.
second.
Yeah, I loved the picture. Fox cloak.
Yes.
Okay. Elixir of Fleeting Mimicry allows the drinker to briefly mimic the physical appearance of a nearby creature they can see.
Ooh.
Second
Use it
one
to turn into the bird.
Second one is Elixir of Heightened Senses. It gives a +5 on perception checks for 1 hour.
That's amazing. Well, and perception is initiative as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Damn. That's
Yep.
and-
insane.
Second was OP in first edition, and it's even more in second.
Never very thoroughly explored the potion department outside of just regular standard healing potion.
Yeah, I don't have to start doing magical potions yet. The best I can do is the crafting alchemy, but down the line, I want to learn to make actual potions.
Just a moment.
Yeah. Start making runic body potions to have, just in case.
Yes.
That would be, especially once I'm at the higher levels, because like I could have taken it at first level, but it just seemed a bit too strong. I could have taken Dragon Stance as my first stance. I've never seen a dragon.
Mhm.
That's about to change.
Yeah, and B, it makes it so my unarmed attacks deal a D10.
Brutal!
Yeah,
Combined with runic body, that's 2d10.
yeah. Which I almost took it. I was like, it just felt too power gamey for me to take at first level, especially like having never seen a dragon. I was like, there's no justification for me to be able to take.
Well,
But after
this guy literally just told us to power game.
Yeah,
And the third one is the Elixir of Winds, which allows you to cast Gust of Wind once within an hour.
Ingredients including beans.
Yes. The first one, the Elixir of Fleeting Mimicry, will also give you a whatever weaknesses that individual has. If they're, say, vulnerable to fire, you will also become vulnerable to fire. If they have allergies, you will also get allergies.
Okay.
they have
Um,
depression.
The Elixir of Heightened Senses.
Better choose carefully.
While you are under the effects of the Elixir of Heightened Senses, you are unable to perform any action with a concentration tag, as everything is just overstimulating.
It's
Oh,
Adderall.
I've been there.
Panic
Pop
attack
up
in a
attack.
bottle.
The
Tell me, Addy.
Elixir of Wind will cause a horrendous stint for the next 5 minutes.
I love it.
It will
I
come out the back
I
end.
love it.
It's a potion of mighty fart.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm sure that's what Dasha would call it. I'm sure it wouldn't be a gust of wind.
Exactly.
Potion of mighty fart. I love
I'm not
it.
going to tell him what it is, though, before I offer it to him. That will be the first one I offer him. Well, actually, no. I'll offer him the other two first, and then the third one is a joke.
What do they do?
I explain. Well, I explain the
Okay.
first one. I explain the first one and then offer it to him.
Oh. That's a bit of a risk reward.
Oh wait, how long does it last?
An hour.
An hour? Well, okay. Well, I explained the three of them to him without explaining exactly what the third one does. I keep it vague.
Keep it vague, yes.
Make it sound like some elemental magic without saying too much. Without like implying that it could be elemental, like similar to elemental magic, without saying what it is, without calling it elemental magic.
He'll buy each of them for 10 gold.
Jesus
So
God.
for a total increase of 15. So considering that you spent 15 gold to make them and he bought them for 30, you make 15 gold.
Damn, Dasha's a hustler.
We getting paid.
Also beginning to see why everybody likes him.
Yeah, no.
My
Because
hero.
he's oh my god. This is of the table. This is a stripper arc.
Oh my god,
We are
Bob playing and then
Chaotic
him
and
just being a stripper.
chaotic enterprising young woman meets stupid man who is loose with his money. Tale as old as time.
Indeed. Well, he's willing to just front you the cash for the month's rent if you're willing to come with him to fight Grungles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I suppose I can't argue with a deal like that.
Great. He'll even sell you any bits that they managed to take off the troll.
Also on the stripper bit, this club also has a mentally unstable, sir.
Can I make a fucking sense motive just to be safe?
Yeah.
Dr.
would I
Thrace is the
think
house
motive?
mom.
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Thrace is like
I'm
the house
home.
mom.
But also, none of us will ever be able to cast a resurrection spell because I'm not actually a.
Mine is a cult, and I'm a bard.
Will I ever be able to do that?
Oh, I don't know what the occult. I don't know how they've divided up the spell list, so I don't know what the higher level occult spells look like. They could potentially have a resurrection spell.
Yeah, that was my thought.
I never will because I'm a monk. It's just going to become. Well, he's stupid, but it is going to slowly become apparent that I'm crazy and believe that I am turning into various animals.
Dizzle, have you played the same
Perception.
character yet?
It's a
With y'all?
perception check.
Oliver was close.
You roll it, God, and you don't tell me what the result was. But my perception is +6.
Okay. And you are rolling to find out.
Are we getting played here? Is this
yes.
guy a hustler who's just hustling us? This feels too good to be true. Is the catch that he's an idiot?
If he's hustling you, he's hustling the whole town and doing a really good job.
And a bad job.
And-
Unless all the money is fake.
Unless all of this money is fake, then yeah, he's doing a really bad job.
Or curse.
It could be cursed. But as far as you're aware, this guy's the catch is this guy's dumb.
Yeah.
All non-player characters that get that high level have some tragic flaw to them. The rogue in town is a melodramatic bastard, and the fighter is dumb as fuck.
Literally a sack of hammers.
He seems
Oh
to
my
prefer
god.
great swords, but yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're not going to be fighting the dragon. We're going to be watching.
You're gonna be.
We're
Yes,
gonna
we'll
be
be watching this
supportive.
man kill a dragon.
Sick. And trying to stay out of the line of effect of. Well, first it's a troll, but then staying out of the line of effect of breath weapon.
I need to
What?
take a quick 5-minute break here. Just double check on Grammy real quick. I'll be right back.
I figured we're gonna load up the cart and head with him, yeah?
Yeah.
We maybe travel light without the cart, pay somebody to come by and feed Colt, or we could even bring the Colt with us, but that way, like when the time comes for the fighting the dragon, somebody can like ride her around and keep her out of line of effect of the breath weapon and like keep her calm. But I don't think we should have her on the cart for this particular travel. Then going to be looking for trouble, and I want her to be able to run. We can always track her down. It means we're all going to have to do some hauling, though, Grippy will say as he pulls out the backpack.
Bob will shrug and put his on. It's a little toad.
Dr. Thrace has dainty little arms and can't carry her, but will do her best.
Grippy is laden with backpack and various sacks attached to the back.
Yep, sounds right. Sounds right.
Strength was my dump stat, so I'm at -1.
Even just at the base 10 strength with, or did I put strength? Yes, I have a +1 strength and I can carry 7, or I can carry 11. But with my backpack, I can effectively carry 14 bulk. and I'm only at 7.
Nice.
So Grippy will still be it would become a in-game issue of like how would I physically carry all of the things, I think, before I actually hit my bulk limit, just because of how small I am.
Bob would teach you how to make a satchel.
That's why I always keep the bindle
Ah.
and whack.
I have a carry capacity of 4.
Yeah, I think mine is 5.
I am gonna reacquire another 3 lengths of rope and another grappling hook.
Yes, good idea. Oh, that's right. Got it. Taking a moment.
Grappling arrows are a thing in
Yep.
this. Love that.
See, now all we need to do is get a mimic to attach to it, and then it's mimic grappling arrows.
Oh, remember the mimic wall
Oh my god. Yes. Yes, I do.
or the field of laughing babies?
Oh my god, no. Mm-mm. I had forgotten about that. Mm-mm. Oh my god. Or, oh my god, the book monsters. The book spider.
Oh
Oh
god.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yes. The place we found Sequoia was extremely disturbing.
Oh, very.
That's perfect because that means next level or next time I get but I kind of want to take wolf stance so I have another damage type outside of bludgeoning.
Mm,
Getting a D10 since my strength is so low.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
With the wombo combo we have going between my spells and your monk abilities, bigger dice is going to be the big deal. Because I just give you another one.
Yeah, and 4th level or so, 4th or 5th level, I start getting the things to overcome most damage resistances, like cold iron, magic, silver, all of that. I don't get them all at once, then.
Mhm.
Oh, apparently
Mhm.
resurrection is a ritual in Pathfinder 2e, and rituals are not tied to specific classes. You need to know
Oh.
you need to know the ritual GM decides. This isn't on the official page, it's on the Reddit. I was doing a quick search. Oh, the person performing the ritual needs to be an expert in the religion skill. They need 2 assistants, one trained in medicine and the other in society.
Okay.
Here's the official.
What ritual were you talking about?
Oh, resurrection is apparently a ritual in Pathfinder, and rituals are not actually inherently tied to a class. They have
Ooh.
requirements based in your skills. So for resurrection, you need an expert in religion, and then you need one person trained in society and one person trained in medicine, and then 75 gold per level of diamond.
Interesting. No, that was a great bit of unearthed arcana that never got really effectively implemented, was the ritual casting.
It's not 75 gold per, it's 75 gold time worth of diamond. The target. So my bad.
They've really
75.
reined in the costs of things. A lot of things are a lot closer to 1.
Oh, but the ritual can only work up to a 10th level creature.
Yeah, I think you need like greater restoration or wish or something to do higher than that.
Yeah, Raise Dead only works up to 13th level.
Heighten. Oh, you can heighten these. I don't know what the process of heighten entails,
It
but
entails being a wizard. A spell shaping ability.
okay. So we need you to start studying religion.
I
My
studied
society is not good, and neither is my medicine. I don't have good intelligence. I've only got a +1.
I could start studying religion. I can't heighten the thing as I'm not actually like a full spellcaster. I just have 2 cantrips.
Most rituals that create permanent creatures, such as create undead, use cost based on the level of the creatures. There's a chart here for creating creatures of different levels.
Rad. We could start making more awakened people.
Make chimeras. Somebody
Well, we
out there
gotta
is
make
doing
Mr. Whiskers a full person.
Bob will not actively try to sabotage you because I'm not going to do that to you in game, but Bob is not okay with this.
With learning resurrection magic?
No, with you giving sentience to Mr.
it. I'm baby, damn it.
No, well, that and no. As someone who has just been born against my will, don't do that to people.
So it looks like by 5th level, I could become an expert in. I'd just have to use my next 2 skills on it. I was going to do nature, but
I mean, presumably we won't need to cast a resurrection for a while. That's
Reincarnate requires an expert in nature.
well, I can still get to that as well. But I feel like fulfilling our half of the deal means that I should study for the resurrection as soon as possible, and it would make sense for my character. Like, I worship life.
Yeah.
so. Is there no one in town who can do these resurrections, or does this guy not have the money to pay for the resurrections?
No one in town can perform
That's the
these
crystals.
resurrections.
That's right. It was they're out of the amount of diamond.
Yes.
The scarcity is just finding a big enough diamonds.
Basically, yeah. And they
Long-term ambition.
generally
They
have
want
to
visit that
go to a
diamond.
different town to find somebody who's good enough at it. They have to, go on basically a pilgrimage to gather all the requisite people for the ritual.
Mhm.
Somebody will need basic training in medicine to be able to do it. Because if I'm performing the ritual, I can't also be the person providing the medicine skill.
Right.
But if we're getting, carried, that's only 1 skill point for somebody. So
This guy's feeding, guys. No, feeding would be the opposite side.
Exactly. This dude's OP as hell.
he's twinking our characters.
You
He
always
is
know the
power
right thing to
leveling
say.
you.
Or
Power
wait,
bottoming?
yeah, he's turning us into twink. Since we're carryover characters,
He's gonna give us loot with golden names that levels up with us over time.
Yeah.
Do
My
I need
God.
crafting ingredients? Here it is from my bank vault.
This is our sugar daddy now.
God, could you
This is
imagine
the
if we had
entire
access to
town's
the
sugar daddy.
It is.
We love him long time.
My God.
infinite love for this himbo?
He
We gotta keep
is
him alive.
Henna.
All right. Well, you can get someone from the Apothecaries Guild to come run the shop while you're out.
We don't really have
Yeah.
potions to sell.
That's true. We can just not open yet.
Yeah,
Well, we
Yeah,
just
but-
sold everything in one batch.
but yeah, exactly.
This seems to be a running problem with Finn.
Do we know? We did a nature check on trolls. Do we know if they have any damage resistance in this setting, or if
Let
it's
me
just
check.
regeneration?
I believe I succeeded on my bardic lore for that check.
Yeah, and got that their weakness was goats.
Yes. Goats.
Um,
Bob will relay.
I'm looking at their sheet.
I'm
here.
interested in seeing if our sugar daddy will let me borrow a sliver of advanced materials we wouldn't normally be able to get our hands on for the metal sliver spell. Maybe he's got a piece of cold iron in there. I can.
Yeah. Forest troll.
There's a rushing goat stance. You enter the stance of an unruly goat, lowering your
Oh,
body and
shit.
preparing to butt heads with your foe.
What do you get?
1d8, the only strikes you can make are ramming horn attacks. These strikes deal 1d8 bludgeoning, are in the brawling group, have forceful, non-lethal, shove, and unarmed. When you make a ramming horn attack and your previous action was climb, stride, or leap, you gain a circumstance bonus, damage equal to the number of weapon damage dice. And you can do it while climbing, even if you don't have a free hand, because
God
fucking
damn.
Face first
Yes.
into danger.
Ooh, but I'm also tempted. Okay, that's like 8th level. Stop scrolling. Sorry.
Oh.
All right. Well, does anybody else have anything they're doing in town before heading out with Finn? He's probably heading out the next day.
We should probably make another batch of potions for ourselves.
That, and I needed to get rope and grappling hook. I had already added it to the inventory and marked out, but I just needed to mention.
Specify you're getting it. Yep, you got it. Then I think that Dasha and Thrace should both make a crafting check to
Yes,
make
I would
a
like to
batch
roll
of
some
potions.
wild magic. Let's go. Keep your back to the woods, Cauldron, and your front to me. Let's see, we got 12 plus 7 is 19. Should I do 2 more?
18.
Yeah, no, just the one. 18
All right.
and 17. Okay.
Oh, 19. Yeah, 19
19.
for me.
19 and 17. That should be enough to brew 4 healing potions from Thrace and for 3 mystery potions for Dasha. Okay. Okay. All right. So first one is potion of the silhouette, which animates your shadow and causes it to behave mischievously. It will make it difficult to hide. I'm trying to see the bonus on this.
The benefit is you get a silly little guy.
Was this invented by a raccoon?
Possible. I know it was invented by Dasha here. The second one is the potion of the waking dream, which for 10 minutes it gives you -5 to perception, but +5 on all will saves as you hallucinate wildly.
Nice.
And the potion of unseen echo allows you to speak telepathically with any creature within 30 feet for an hour, but if they're within 5 feet, it causes horrendous feedback.
So within how far, but within 5 feet feedback?
Oh, okay. And it is involuntary in that your thoughts are audible to everyone within 30 feet for an hour, and they can direct their thoughts back at you, but everyone can hear your thoughts within 30 feet for an hour.
Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a fun one.
That would be great for interrogating somebody. You just make somebody drink it and then ask them probing questions. Like Bob could
Oh my
totally
God.
gaslight people into thinking it, you know? Like you just use like NLP to bring people's like surface thoughts forward. Like you might not be able to get them to say it, but you can probably get them to think about it.
Yep.
Oh, that's too funny.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
Especially if nobody else decides to direct their thoughts back.
Right?
Like the person won't realize that their thoughts are echoing out. Just like
Everybody's giving weird looks.
Will save to not laugh at the embarrassing shit.
like
I
that they're
disconnected
strangely
from the-
aroused by the wow. What was that?
I disconnected for a minute there, sorry.
That's all good.
All good. All right. Well, with those potions in hand, the next day you will set off with Finn on his adventure to kill Grungles the troll and avenge the third goat.
Go.
We don't mention what happened to the other goats or why they don't need revenge.
Yep. And Finn didn't ask.
Finn wasn't aware there were any more than were any goats to begin with. Just thought you hated Grungles. All right. All right. Then I think I am going to call game a bit early today. I've got Grammy to take care of, but we're about
Oh,
half
GG.
an hour out from end.
GG.
Everybody.
Great
GG.
game. Oh,
As
That was
always.
super fun.
yeah, magnificent.
Looking forward
Magnific.
to some troll fights
Hmm.
next time.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Agreed.
Wonderful. Well, thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
Want us to mark down
Next
any XP or?
I can make
Uh,
it next week. The week after next, I am probably not going to make it as heading to.
Moving times, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a little bit later, just because looking at different options, see what it costs.
Everybody mark down 100 XP.
Gotcha.
Yay! I did not mark it down, but I'll follow because I don't have my notebook with me. But I
And
will
everybody
follow
else
up
levels up, you
later.
will too.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't have. My computer broke, so it's a lot harder for me to update my character sheet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Currently trying to figure out if it will even be repairable.
Uh,
I can't afford a new one right now.
well, best of luck.
We got the
Yeah,
NLRB
fingers
settlement
crossed.
moving. We got the NLRB thing moving though, so we're like one step closer to me
Yes.
having more money than I know what to do with.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I can't fucking wait. I'm so tired of being poor. Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't
I
wait for
miss
you.
disposable income. I miss buying drugs.
Yes.
Oh my god, I miss buying drugs.
I got a.
Which it's not like people don't still give them to me, but it's like I you know.
Right.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Talk to you
Bye-bye.
later.
Have a good night.
Good
Love you.
night.
Love you.
Love you. Night.
Mwah.
Oh, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Tight.
Such a Luddite. There we go.